Go on.
So as a real estate agent, essentially my job to connect with people and try to get them what makes them the happiest.
Why don't you just walk me through a normal day first?
I keep a consistent routine, I shower, and then brush my teeth for 3 minutes.
A whole 3 minutes.
Yeah, I don't like morning breath. Then I shave, get dressed, prepare my breakfast, 2 eggs, some toast. At work, it's really just meeting with clients, attending open houses, and watching them make an offer on the biggest purchase of their lives.
How do you feel when you make a sale? I'm not talking the feeling of making money. I mean, when you see people close on a house they really want, how does their happiness make you feel?
It's all the same to me. I've never been good at expressing emotion. It's been an issue since I was a kid.
Let's talk about that.
We grew up in a really religious household. My parents were Christian fundamentalists. My father was a Gulf War veteran with PTSD, so both of those made for such a wonderful childhood. Ever since we were young, in between the beatings over sins as small as not making our beds correctly, my mother discovered I had a predilection towards doing bad things to animals. Her response was to tell my father, his response was to tell me if I ever saw real death, I wouldn't be messing with such a condition.
What do you mean by that?
Exactly what he said. I spent the rest of the summer working in a slaughterhouse. It honestly was the most eye-opening experience of my life.
That's time. We'll just pick up from there next time.
I closed in a big sale today. The family was happy because there was a crazy bidding war between several parties. Either way, they got their dream home. They're moving in a week or so.
How do you feel about that? The family moving into that dream house and being happy.
You know, I had a date today.
Is that right? Well, that's some real progress. How'd it go?
I'm not at her place, so it went as well as it could be expected. It's going well. She was a coworker. We exchanged small talk, talked about work, where she went to school, places she's been to. It was nice. Until we got up to leave. She didn't say anything for a second, and then she laughed.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. I just stood there. And then she laughed.
That must have been embarrassing.
When I was in high school, there was this girl, Macy. She was sort of out of my league, who I met at church camp. We flirted throughout. And one of the last days, we went, to the girls' cabin where everyone else was making an anti-something sign. We kissed for a bit. When it was time to make the move, I beat her to the punch, so to say. It was embarrassing enough. She laughed. Not only that, she told all the girls at camp and back at school.
So, you afraid of this woman to do that? To do the same that girl did?
I really didn't date much in high school or college. It wasn't until I met Marisol.
Are you sure you're ready to talk about
My wife?
Yes. The fact that she's not here.
I was a pretty messed up kid. I had a lot of anger and I acted on it. Occasionally. But she brought out this part of me I never knew existed. All the bad was sealed in this box and just locked away. And as long as she was there, I felt at peace. She was perfect, every aspect. From the way she would listen to my problems and give me the right advice I could never come up with. And then the cancer hit. It felt like my angel was melting away until there was just a shell of her that could barely stand to be awake.
I remember. That's when you first came to me. Hey, I'm so glad you decided to come back. I am.
Yeah. I remember you trying to help me.
I'd like to think that I did help you. I mean, look at you now.
Look at me. Do you remember what you told me our last session? You said, you need to move on. Hey, are your clients here yet?
No.
Do you mind taking this open house tomorrow morning? I have this therapy session I have to go to.
Yeah, what's the address?
Here you go. Forgot the keys. Thank you. I have a walkthrough I have to go to. Catch you later.
How long are you planning on keeping me here?
You're here until you fix what you started. Until I can confess all my sins. And then I can move on. Like you said, right? How can I? She was the only one keeping me safe. The only one keeping me sane from him.
From who?
From the same person who brought you here. The same one who did all those things when I was younger. The same one who broke Macy's arms and held her head in the toilet until the bubbles flowed. The same one who finds pleasure in removing the dirt of society. Because who's gonna miss an addict? Or some homeless guy in a park? The same one who taught that whore who to laugh at today. You're here until I say so. You see, he thought you could help because I scared him. He and I didn't get along until I met her. We didn't agree on anything except her. She didn't like me much, so I took the back seat. Never would have stayed there until you and your fucking advice. Move on. Forget her? He fucking tried. And then I took the driver's seat. You see? He gave this to her on our wedding day. He told her if I ever came back, shoot me. Us.
Hey! I'm so sorry.
Shut up! Shut up! I'm the one talking here. I'm sorry. It's getting harder to come back. I thought I could control him after meeting her, and after trying to have a life after her. But people got hurt. You were right in the long run. We do need to move on. I've been making arrangements, but I have one loose end I have to finish before we can go.
No, don't!
You son of a bitch! Why are you stopping me? This is what we agreed on. Let me kill this fucker so we can go! You motherfucker, what are you doing? Killing us won't bring you to her. There's nothing after this. No heaven, no afterlife, and not her. Kill him like we've done dozens of times. No, like you've done Tired of the violence. Doc, this is my interpretation of what you said. We need to move on. He's not gonna hurt anyone. If I'm lucky, he's wrong, and I get to see her again.
He was lucky that you stopped by.
Not really. I mean, he gave me his keys and he told me this was for an open house. So I show up early and come to do a walkthrough and I find, well, you know.